Welcome back, friends and viewers, to another episode of my Land of Fantasy series. And it is very noisy in that tavern, if you couldn't tell. We've been making some renovations. Let's just switch over real quick. There we go, that's nicer. If you couldn't tell by looking through the window, there have been changes. We've added this notice board, which I'll read through later. And I've been going around the place and just detailing it up, and I'll give you a quick tour of that first. But it looks like time to sleep. Gotta sweep, in the words of one of my heroes. Now, you may have noticed the whole area up here is detailed as well. I didn't really like the whole bed in the corner thing, so I went round with a small bookshelf. And it's things like this that I just sort of do in my own time when I'm not recording. I kind of get on for 5 minutes and just do a tiny bit of detail work. I never bothered to record any of that. Notice board, let's take a look what's on the notice board today. Work wanted. The Crow's Nest is currently docked and seeking a skilled carpenter to join the crew for the next sea voyage. Captain Vola. Wanted, local bandit. Wanted. Okay, definitely sure it's wanted. Bandit captain seen pillaging farmland for info seek Draven hate. Neither of those people exist, but gives me an incentive to make them. The Iron Price Tavern. Remember how last episode I kind of learned about all this fun trickery you could do with arm stands? Well, I did more of it. I did some here. Look at this. I'm so proud of this. Custom built hammer. I was like, what would a toolsmith use? What tool would he use? Hammer. Hammer's not in the game. Problem solved. Iron ingot on a stick. It's like a shovel, but cooler. Bit of cool ledger writing. I kind of thought they needed some ledgers. Like this. Another hammer. And inside here, my proudest moments. Look at this. You got full meals. Carrot. A pork steak. Potato. A bottle of honey. Look at this. Crumb plate. And I've been using the mini blocks that were added. See, that's a small bar of honey. That's actually something I did. I made that own art. That's my art. I'm very proud of it. I'm a bit of an artiste. But same here. Same design. These I got off the Wandering Trader dude. He keeps coming round with them, trying to offer me some. I need some melons. I'm looking out for the melon ones. And maybe the hay. But it's just small things. Oh, actually, there's one more thing I added. It's just over here. You can just about see it. Ooh, there it is. I always thought this wall was a bit boring and a bit flat, so I added this. I've always planned to add something here. Oops, that's not the same. Inconsistency, Jack. Inconsistency. Anyway, General Atreus, great defender of the First Rebellion. I thought he deserved a lovely little monument or shrine to him here. Beautiful. One moment to pay respects. Okay. He was a great general, he was. When the first whispers of an uprising, he was backing them straight away. And when the rebellion finally came, he was there on the front lines, defending people from the evil pillagers. These are the good pillagers, they are evil pillagers. Come on, catch up on your lore. And I quite like adding the small bits of detail across the thing. So in my spare time, when I don't want to log on for 5 minutes, I can't bother to really do a proper recording for it. Just building up a small bit of detail, just adding that depth to the world. And then at the start of each episode, I can just update you on what's been done. There's a few more barrels around the place, a few more pumpkins throughout the market area, but I'm not going to go into every single detail that I've added. And what we're going to do today is, if you can take your mind back to this lovely pathway we built up last episode and cliff that we detailed, is finally build the docks. Now, I'm still at a bit of a mental blank how to connect this pathway down to the docks. However, I know where the docks are going to go. So the best thing that we can do really is start this episode off with a winner. Let's grab some wood. Not obviously, this isn't going to quite cut it, but for the sake of visual aid, let's get down there and make some good progress, shall we? Let's go. And as the sun rises, take a moment to behold the docks. Man, these docks look fantastic. I've built quite a lot of docks in my time, and this is definitely my coolest one. Now, obviously, it is not detailed. I'm fully aware of that. I was basically just going for, or it's not like detailed with crates and stuff. I tried to make the walls, fairly detailed. Get that depth, get that varied blocks, stairs, chiseled, cracked, different black stone brick. Anyway, I haven't got that everywhere yet, mind you. We haven't got the crates though. And I was just going for like a base, get the shape, get the kind of block palette going, blackstone, surprise, surprise, we're going to be going for. And it's come together so well. I'm so glad that just before I really went for it, I went on Reddit very briefly, and I saw someone that had the docks built up just a couple of blocks off the ocean. Because originally, if you saw, I had it flat with the ocean like it is over there. I'm so glad I changed it, because now you've got that slight drop to it over here, and you've got these raised docks. But it also means that you can go over here, and you've got that slight variance in height, and that's just brilliant for little exciting differences. A couple of staircases just so you can get up and down. So this is more, oh, it's brilliant. And then obviously I've got great plans for great ships in the docks, because what's a dock without ships? So each of these has a bay. One ship can go here, one can go here, and a slightly bigger one could go on the end here. I'm not sure I'm going to build all three there, maybe just one or two, and then right here. You saw me, I was measuring it out in the video. I kept adding layer and layer and layer of spruce because I kept moving it further and further back. This is where my pride and joy is going to be. The king's ship. Assuming I'm the king of this country, town. I don't know. I'm working on the exact law. Whoever it belongs to, it's going to be damn impressive is the idea. That's going to be a nice ship. And then, of course, like I said, we're going to chuck crates everywhere, fish things. I should probably put a few, I've got a really lovely design that I love to bits of like fishing boats, really tiny little fishing boats with tons of detail packed into them. So I'm going to probably chuck loads of those out in the ocean. Really adds to it. And then we'll just get some big piles of fish, maybe some stalls down here as well. And I think I'll get on that right now. Let's see what we got in the barrel. How many barrels on the barrel? Nope, there's a barrel in the chest. Humble beginnings. Let's see what I can do. I feel like I should at least mention before we get into the proper detailing of the docks that the idea is this pathway here that we built up last episode runs all the way down here and somehow connects to the docks. Now that's kind of why I didn't build them up last episode when I was planning on doing it, because I don't really know how this connects to there. And I thought, well, I really want to build the docks. I know where the docks are going. The only bit I don't know is how they join up, basically. And I still don't, to be honest with you. I'm just going to go have fun and detail the docks, because it's one of the most fun things you can do in this game, in my opinion. Building crates. It actually is, I love it. It wasn't even sarcastic. I generally love just building crates and barrels and things everywhere. That's why I've got them all over the smithing district and everything. I don't think I've ever used bee boxes for their intended purpose. I always just use the hives that spawn naturally. But they make such good crates, I'm so glad they added them to the game. You stack 4 up like that? Look at that. Glorious. Here's a top trick when making barrels. First of all, for the beehives, rather than placing them like this, you get this kind of annoying thing I don't like here. I mean, that is an optional thing. Maybe you like that. I always place mine like this. Like that. And, so you get rid of that, and then for the barrel ones that I'm doing here, I always make sure, this is always a bit tricky to do, kind of like a piston, I place them upside down, like this, and then the right way up, and then you're about to see the magic happen, as you take off that top bit here. I think it's just a much nicer texture. This is much more cratey. This is a barrel. This is a barrel. This is a crate. There's a difference. So the plan is we're going to have one big ship here filled with barrels. I've been thinking this out. I'm going to skip that bay. One here, which I'm deciding between logs and foodstuffs, and then of course our military might here. So this is going to be lots of cannons. So I guess along here we'll have gunpowder. Maybe we could even have like a recruitment stand. That'd be quite cool. Join the big ship I haven't named yet. Then this one over here is going to be the crow's nest, as we've mentioned on the notice board up here. I can't tell if I'm going to have it parked here or possibly on the side here. I absolutely love this little design I came up with for the hanging baskets. I know it's not really a unique idea to have the berries hanging from the chain on the grass block and all stuff like this, but I was looking at all the designs online and everyone was just trying to overcomplicate it. They had all these hoppers, some people doing anvils, people had grindstones. I was like, whoa, well, you're trying to add too much fancy into a little hanging basket design. I mean, come on. So this is the one I came up with, and I'm using it everywhere because I absolutely love it. And the recent addition to it is rather than doing the spruce trapdoor on the bottom here, I think it looks nicer with a dark oak. Just to give it just to bottom it off, plus the dark oak isn't directional-ish, whereas the spruce is much nicer. And then of course the lantern for a bit of light. Look at that. Glorious. Love that design. Minor detail change alert. We're going to be going for this design now rather than that because that looked a bit weird in my mind always. The kind of up down. Trying to make it work. Didn't really. This is much nicer. I've kind of got it over there already. Tested it out there. Beautiful. Much nicer. So hang on. Does that go like that now? That's slightly weird. Actually, that's quite cool. I can dig that. I like being able to see underneath it into the ocean. It's quite cool. I might know this. Who knows what I'll do now. Oh yeah, that's cool. That is nice. We're going to be switching that up everywhere with that included on top. I knew it needed a bit of height as you're walking along. Hang on, let's go test it. Yeah, that's much nicer. Excellent. Small detail changes. And everything's coming along here with the crates and the berries. That's the word. Ooh, I just thought about this. What if I knock out that middle slab there, go for the whole, God, words aren't my strong suit today. The whole triangle, is that better or is that too much? I think that could fall into the realm of just a bit too much showing. I think I'll return to adding that slab in the middle. Much like with the hanging baskets, this little cart design that I made just for the smithing district, loved it so much, it now goes everywhere. And this bit at the front always confuses me. Goes like that, and then hang on, I've got to put it back like this. Don't know why I chose to start recording at the hardest to record part, but that's the end of it, I believe. And then you put one of those there. One of those there. It's just a tiny little design that I came up with. Really, it's nothing special. I mean, it's trapdoors and signs. That's about it. Chuck a few pumpkins in the back and those nice black stone wheels. There you go. Fits in like a charm. Little cart from the farm, bringing down the pumpkins. Actually, it does kind of look a bit weird. I'm sure I could refine this design, honestly. Maybe I will. Anyway, I need to go grab loads of foodstuffs now for the foodstuffs boat. So we've got logs and crates, foodstuffs, and then, yeah, I've already done all this. Anyway, bit low on the old melon because, well, I had like a temporary melon farm at the start, and then I completely dismantled it and never rebuilt it like I was planning on. So it's come to this. I mean, this mixed with the fact that I was mining iron ore. Oh, okay. Wait, you can do that? Okay, I thought I'd clicked on the stem then and just grown a melon, and I'd been doing it slowly the whole time, but it just apparently instantly grew. Anyway, this combined with the fact that my iron ore was being dug by hand earlier makes me really feel like I'm a poor player. When I'm not. I'm in full netherite. I'm at the end of the game. Man, you know what they say about a watch pot never boils? I found 5 of these pre-grown when I came to quickly check on it. I need 6 for the cart. So I thought, you know what, I'll just sit here for 10 seconds and wait for one to grow. And it's been like a minute. And I got 5 in like 2 minutes. I mean, I was shocked. I came over here, I was like, I've got 5, and the 6th one won't grow. I'm just gonna go. Watch this. The second I land on the pier, turn around, there'll be one there. I'm calling it. Damn it. I can do this. I've been getting better at my trident jumps. Oh, there actually isn't one there. Well, I'll go pick that up later because these 5, I wanted them inside the cart instead of the pumpkins. The pumpkins have already been decanted from the cart. The melons are in the process of being. So you go like, oop, no you don't, not like that. 1, 2, 3, like this. Despite the fact that I arguably already tried to cram way too much work into one episode each week, I've decided that I'm just going to take a quick hour to 2 hour break by the feel of it to just make my pigment farm more efficient, because I thought, hey, you know what, I'll do some new enchanting. Like, I'll fix my axe enchants because they were a bit messed up. I'll repair my trident, get mending on that and the hoe, and it should be really quick. And I thought, you know what, while I'm here, let's just remove these platforms that keep spawning pigment and making the farm less efficient. I don't know why I did that, because I'm already behind, but I'm doing it, and I thought I should at least mention it. Come to think of it, have I even mentioned my pigment farm before? I mean, I've had it for ages, right? I built it up really early on so I could get my enchants done nice and easy peasy, but I don't actually remember ever showing you guys or saying anything about it. But I've got one. It's really, really bad. I designed it myself because I thought, you know what? I'm going to make my own one. I'm going to make my own design. It's going to be the best. It's not very good. Hence, probably why I need to remove all this netherrack, I guess. Otherwise, if I just copied one of the good ones designed by those people that designed the farms on YouTube, then I would have... Well, I wouldn't need to be destroying all this netherrack, probably. I'd be doing nice quick repairs anyway. But the whole idea was that if I get rid of this netherrack, the farm runs quicker, I repair my tools quicker, and actually I'm saving time. But it doesn't feel like it right now. Anyway, this is the last bit. I'm pretty sure that is every spot that they could... Oh my god. How have I gone and done that then? Hang on 1 second. Where is the top? Okay. I've got pretty damn good armor, right? So I can just swim over there and I'll be okay. Just don't panic. The second I can eat again, I need to eat. I need to get my saturation up. This is fine. As long as you stay calm. Lava is really not big of a problem. Up we go. Right. That was more stressful than it needed to be, but I'm glad I was recording when I did it. Okay. Let's go do something more calming, shall we? And all of that just because I got Fortune 3 on my axe and I've always had Silk Touch. I've always just preferred having the Silk Touch on it. Let's see if we can actually work it out. That'll do. Perfect. Then I can just chuck this on it. And I've got a Silk Touch book all ready for this occasion. And I'll finally be happy with my enchants, other than the fact that the hoe, shovel and axe are only efficiency 4. But I mean, that's being picky. I know I said it was being picky, but I mean, is it that bad? Let's get 3 of these, right? 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you, and then I mean there's even... I think that's pushing it a bit, considering I only use it for movement, right? Maybe I'll treat myself later on in the week. Is it weird to have more fish markets, even though I've already got one market stall for fish? Obviously these are going to be the ones on the docks, right? There's going to be fresh shipments of fish. You don't get it any fresher than right here. I was thinking of maybe doing quite a big market just dedicated to fish. Or well, not a huge market, nothing like that one. Like 4 stalls maybe. So I think just a fish area here on this side, and then I think all the fishing boats are going to more in this kind of bit here. It's going to be slightly protected, so they can actually stay in the water. Or maybe I could even do like a cool beach and do like a beach launched fishing fleet. That'd be quite cool. A very British thing that is. Building nets in this game is pretty hard. I mean, fence is really pushing it. Does this work? I might just sack that, honestly. Right, and then I was going to have a market stall here. That was the plan. Good day fishing. Let's put all these on the fish rack. I happen to have exactly the right amount as well. Now I just do the math very quickly, I believe. Yeah, perfect. I love these little... I mean, they're not really campfires at this point. They are definitely just fish racks or food racks. But the fact that campfires can do this is a fantastic detail that I'm so happy to have. This is my attempt at... I mean, I'm not really sure. It's a crate of actual living fish. I don't know. It looks a bit weird, especially because they kind of clip around through the trapdoors. I'm working on it. I thought I'd be better at this, mainly because this. I'm just hoping that these can carry me if I just fill the whole area with these. These are my attempts at other designs. Obviously the net, and I'm working on it. Considering I need half a stack of fish per one of my 8-box crate things, it's taken me a very, very long time to get all that fish that I need to just have on display. I mean, I'm swimming through the ocean. I can't use my sword because it's got fire aspect, so I get the cooked fish. So I'm just swinging away with my axe, trying to get half a stack of cod. I'm also going to get half a stack of salmon. And then I really think the details on the docks will be done, and we can move on. Alrighty. This is what I would call a very rough base coat of detail, right? The whole idea is that I've roughly marked out what each section is going to be, and I've started putting in detail work, and maybe like 60 to 70% of the way done, but it's all the small bits that are really hard to... It's like just one specific block, you throw it in there. Sometimes I can't see it straight away, and I slowly add to it over time, but that's kind of like we were doing with the start of the episode, where it's just something I slowly add to, and I'll probably just catch you up every now and then. But we've got a big lot of crates for the crow's nest. I've also designated which ship does what now. The crow's nest is an import-based ship. It sails around and it imports these exotic goods. It imports things like glass, that's expensive dyes, it will import spices, very good like that. It also works in wood, which is why they need the carpenter, right? Then we've got... This is going to be a ship I haven't named yet, but this is a export ship, I believe, and it exports food from the market to around the place, basically. It just ships out food. I think that's an accurate thing that ships did, right? I'm not entirely sure. I've already gone on lengths about how much I'm going to enjoy building this giant ship, the military ship, the flagship, the ship that scares things off, basically. And then over here, I've settled on building up a beach. Not today. That's quite a big deal. And it's going to have a lot of small tug fishing boat style things on it. And therefore, here we have a nice big pile of fishing crates that you saw me building up, and these small fishing stools here. And that is how my dock is going to be. And then I haven't settled on how I'm going to end it off nicely, round it up, go up there, so it all meets up nicely with the pathway. But it should be mostly planned out. Again, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing along here as well. I know that this is going to be the military ship, so it's probably going to be barrels of gunpowder, cannons, I guess, military things. But this is a base coat of detail. So I'm going to move on to the second half of the episode now, I think. And that starts with a bridge over there that I can't... Wait, no, I can. I've got a trident. And that starts with this bridge over here. I'll just show you. This is not designed for cart access. This is... Well, I suppose it should be. I might need to redo my pathway. But, like I said, crow's nest imports glass, spices and dye. You may be thinking, what's it doing all that for if we haven't got a place for it? Well, across this bridge here, on that small little plateau, is going to be the castle market. It's a much smaller market. It will only be 4-ish stalls, give or take. but it will be dealing with the expensive goods, the silks, the glasses, your dyes, and your spices. So, to start that off, we're going to the bridge. Let's get to it. And there you have it. Lovely little area built up now. I quite like, it's a really nice little size here. It'd almost be like a really cool center point of something. It's kind of cool and circular with this nice cliff backdrop here. I'm going to have a nice castle-y fort type thing up there. Maybe something, I mean the idea is this might extend a bit back further. This is the end of the market here, right? And then there's a spirally staircasey courtyardy thing that goes all the way around the back, and the front of the castle is there, and actually the back of the castle is the bit that you'll see from this bit, and there's this lovely balcony that looks over everything, is the plan, and it all starts here. Now I'm juggling quite a lot on my plate now, considering I've now expanded this section, so I've got this bit to do. I still didn't finish off the farms, that's a weird bit of floating stone. So I've still got a whole bunch of wall to push back there. Then I've got the pathway to connect to the pier, or the docks. I've got these cliffs to detail up, which now have to go all the way back around and run along to here. I mean, I've got to sort this out. I did stone over there, if you didn't realise. It didn't just have like a flat layer of stone, but I never actually finished off that. Oh, and then I've got the interior of this to do as well. So it's actually, in terms of the amount of blocks this whole build takes up, it's not huge, right? It's not like a cityscape, but everything has different layers to it, which is making it quite a lot of work. Because I mean, look, I already did this section here, but I didn't do underneath it. And I mean, I haven't even begun to think about if I'm going to do anything underneath here. Probably not, because this was not much building up to do. Same with here. I didn't actually have to build up. In fact, I had to dig down to get into this situation. I think I'm just going to finish off by building up a wall along here and just along there, and just putting in the first few market stalls. Let's see how that goes. That's the wall, and then the same lantern design I do everywhere, which is just alternating something like, hang on, this is confusing. There, 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 and there, and there, because it's quite a long run-on one. And then run this back to here, and something like that. Will do. Fancier type wall. Done. And I do have plans to actually, you see where the bridge kind of lowers off on that lower end there, to bring that as a black stone all the way down and kind of have a cool depth feature to it. I haven't quite got the specifics on that yet, but it's going to look cool. It's not just going to have, ow, Jesus, that gave me a slight heart attack. It's not just going to have a flat black stone cap to it, or then again I could just do like a grass thing jutting out of it. I know, I'm still indecisive about how I'm going to make that cool, but I do know that I need the market stalls there. And here's just a couple of examples of some fairly quickly put together stalls. Of just some examples of what we're going to be selling up here in the, I've lost the word for it, Delicacies market, in the castle market. So we've got paintings and dyes, we've got a few banners at the back here, a few example paintings, and just a whole bunch of dyes here. Kind of run out of item frames, which is a bit unfortunate. I need to go sort that out. And then we've got glass and stained glass, which apparently these two things were very historically accurate to be very expensive. I mean, I understand paintings and dye glass was a bit of a shock, but you know, I'm going to embrace it, embrace the history. We're going to be selling glass panes. We've got a few at the back there. I mean, I'm not really sure if this looks good or not. I'll experiment with it, but I just wanted to at least have a couple of stalls, you know, roughly built up, right? That's kind of how I work with a lot of my builds. I like to get 80%, 60 to 80% of it done, and then slowly over time I just think, yes, that's the thing I need to add to it. That's the addition. For example, I don't have any spruce slabs, which I forgot about. That's not really the sort of example of adding detail, that's just missing out something. There you go. And it's things like that I slowly add them over time. I can't always see the perfect blocks first try. This is my best attempt. And I'm going to build up, I was going to say 4, maybe 5, 6 might be a push. I mean, 1 here, couple along here. 6 would be a fairly good fit from the feel of it. And then the pathway up here. I can do 6. What are the things I've written down? Let's see. I wrote down dyes, glass, which we did, spices, potions and enchantments. We could kind of embrace the Minecraft side of it. Potion and enchantment stand. And they count as delicacies, which is why you have to cross the bridge to get them, and that's why they're right next to the fort we haven't built yet. Fort/castle, not quite decided yet. I think, considering the size of the cliff, castle could be a push. I might embrace it. I mean, I could just go straight in for the castle entrance right here, be really bold, you know, throw the spiral out the window. Anyway, just to round off, I've logged onto my spectator account, and I must say, just in this one episode, we have made some crazy amount of progress. I mean, the docks, it's not a huge, I mean, it's huge, right? But in terms of build time, right? Because I haven't got to do any detailing around it. The thing that always takes time is building up like this pathway. This pathway is a whole episode. It's not really much visual bang for how much time it takes, whereas the docks, loads of visual pop for how much time it's taken. It didn't take me loads of time, but it adds so much. And then if I just sort of sit up right here, try and ignore that mushroom in the background, that's not part of it. Actually, it could be, you know. Hang on, let's not go off a tangent here. Look at that. Docks up. You can see the market at the back there where we just were, that new bridge. I mean, it's barely loading in back there. That's how much work we've been doing. We've got quite a bit to do, but I mean, you can all see it, right? The final bit, farms, this path here, and then this spiral up here that I keep talking about. You know, it sort of spirals up. Here's a courtyard area. And then, I mean, originally, right, there's 2 ways I can go about doing this, like I just mentioned. Either this is a bridge, and this square shape here, if you can kind of see it, is the fort, right, this kind of big chunky bit here. Alternatively, we can go big and not go home. We can build up here, probably remain this being a courtyard, but a smaller courtyard. This isn't a bridge anymore. That gets demolished, and the whole thing is a castle. Right, that'd make it. I mean, we could even move back here. That's it. That might be a bit of a push. This could be a really nice castle gardens, actually. I could do a really fancy maze with some fountains, but then I'd have to continue the Crimson Underpath for miles. What is that? There's a Vindicator in the river. Cool. Trying to get murdered by that. But all of these things are for another episode. Probably not next episode or the one after that, considering how much work it is to do all of that. But this one particular episode, a lot of progress. Very happy with it. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.